Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Deep Cuts Reactions, and my name's Greg. This is the last one of the day, and I'm not doing anything particularly weird today. I'm going to play some Nanci Griffith. But I was out in the studio last night, and I was listening to my Cold Chisel CD, which is pretty cool. And I have been spending too much time listening to music on YouTube. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it. There's things you can find there that you would not be able to find anywhere else. But there are the pleasures of an album, and granted, a CD is not quite an album, but it still, has liner notes and all that sort of thing. And, I was looking at this one and, I just realized how much I missed liner notes because, like with this, she's got the lyrics of every song. She's got the musicians that play on each particular song. Whereas if you look it up, like if you look at this little YouTube thing, it lists all the musicians that were on the album, and that's not who's playing on this particular song. And you can't seem to find it out any other way. I mean, I've gone through all kind of gyrations, trying to get that information on various albums, and it's not on the internet. It's on liner notes. So yeah, I do miss that. I miss the big albums, where you can you've got all this album art that it's not miniaturized for a CD. It's just so cool. And this is another Texas artist, so that's another reason I'm playing her. But part of it is I'm just so aggravated and emotionally, morally exhausted today. There's just so much going on in the U.S. and I don't know, some of the things that are really getting me. Today is the winner of the Democratic primary for the mayor of New York is he's an immigrant, and he's Muslim, and he's not white, and he's progressive, and he was elected by the people. I mean, he's still got to go through the general election, and beat the current mayor, and also Andrew Cuomo is going to run as an independent, even though he got beat pretty badly in the Democratic primary. But his politics does not jive with what Donald Trump and the Republican Party like. He would really like to get rid of all the billionaires. I mean, and I get it. Like, how much money do you need? How much? I mean, there's no way you could spend $1 billion just on yourself. Even if you buy yachts and crap like that, which I kind of figure, who the hell needs a yacht? That's just obscene. When there's people starving and, they put through this budget bill, we're just going to knock people off of Medicaid and food stamps and all that kind of shit. And they don't care. They don't care. They've never had to miss a meal. So, screw it. They, Trump is planning on prosecuting CNN, one of the news services, because he didn't like the reporting. He has sued numerous media outlets and basically extorted money out of them because he didn't like what they said. I mean, it's just beyond the pale. He's going to fight with Elon Musk again right now, which, oh God, who could have predicted that two of the most egocentric and they're both such narcissists, but who could have predicted that they would end up falling out and fighting? So now he's talking about stripping Elon Musk of his citizenship, which may not bother me that much, but it's just outrageous that he would do something like that just because he's pissed at somebody. It's fascism right out of the book. So this song was actually written quite a while ago, 94, and it's called Time of Inconvenience. And, I was reading the words, since I've got the liner notes, I was reading the lyrics of it, and, it's not that much different than it was in 94, and I've been watching, this documentary on Vietnam, which I lived through all of that, so I know about it, but it's different to go back and get some broader perspective on all of it and how freaking messed up it was, with politicians just keeping the war going just so they could win re-election. You know, it's just self-serving. All these people dying just for their ego or power or whatever. So anyway, enough of that. So here's Nanci Griffith, Time of Inconvenience.
It's an inconvenient time. It's an inconvenient time. It's an inconvenient time. We're living in a time of inconvenience. Compassion fails me with this meanness in the air. City streets are filled with violence, so we close our doors to the city and pretend that it's not there. Here I go again, back out on these mean streets. The evil seems to cling to the soles of my feet, 'cause I'm living in a time of inconvenience, at an inconvenient time. Communication, where the only voices heard have money in their hand. The greed has become a sophistication. If you ain't got money, you ain't got nothing in this land. Here I am, one lonely woman on these mean streets. The right to life man has become my enemy, 'cause I'm living in this time of inconvenience, at an inconvenient time. And I've turned my cheek as my history fades, while the clock takes away any progress we've made. I never thought I'd be ashamed to be human, afraid to say my time has seen its day. Because I'm living in a time of inconvenience. I'm living in a time of inconvenience. I'm living in a time of inconvenience. Inconvenient time. This is a time of greed and power, where everyone needs to have someone to shove it around. Our children come to us for answers, listening for freedom, but they don't know the sound. There they are, our children dumped out in these mean streets. The evil sweeps them up and brings them to their knees, 'cause they're living in a time of inconvenience. They're living in the age of communication. This is a time of greed and power. This is a time that I wish was not mine, 'cause it's an inconvenient time. 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 It's an inconvenient time.
What a great song. What a great song. I mean, besides the lyrics, which are killer, you know, and it they really hit home for me, you know, because I feel like I'm such a dinosaur, and all the values that, you know, I've grown up with ever since I was a young hippie and everything just seem to be irrelevant to the world now. You know, it's just so bizarre. And yeah, there's there's times when I feel like, you know, yeah, my time is drawing nigh and the world will go on, but I'm not sure if it's, I know it's not going to be in the right direction, at least not for a while. But anyway, like I say, the lyrics on that are killer, and Of course, her singing and her guitar playing are always just wonderful. She was such a heartthrob for me. But, besides that, and sometimes I pick up things listening to stuff with the earbuds on, but man, the band that she had together for that song, she had the Indigo Girls doing, backup singing on that. You may have noticed that, but everybody else that she has playing is great, and then the production on the song, the whole album is just superb. It's such a rich sound. But anyway, I hope y'all like that, and I will be back tomorrow. So hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and we will see y'all then. Bye bye.